9 out of 10 people who watch this channel are not subscribed. I'm a small creator, less than 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to document my Marpe. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, and comment if you have anything to add, or if you're going through a similar health experience. But other than that, we'll get on to the update. So this is my Marpe update number 6. It's only been 4 days since my last update video, but you can definitely see I think I've split. I think it's safe to say I've split. I'm not sure if it's all the way down the palate. The past few days I had been feeling, I wouldn't say pain, but maybe slight discomfort on the roof of my mouth. And almost towards the back, the rear of the palate, which kind of makes me suspect, and I'll confirm after I get my CBCT done. I think I had more of that Pac-Man expansion that Ron brings up on his channel, which you can't necessarily control how the patient splits. So Dr. Evans has said in interviews you split how you're going to split, and then you work from there. So I believe I split in the front first, and then it's slowly opening up towards the back. And the reason I feel like this is just because of that pressure I mentioned that I felt towards the back of my palate, and kind of when I jet my jaw forward and tense kind of my face and palate. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I was feeling a lot of pressure and a little bit of pain towards the back of the palate, and then I've been actually sneezing a good bit. I think I mentioned that last video, but every time I sneeze, it feels like a lot of pressure going through my whole head. So I'm feeling like I have split almost 100%, definitely in the front, as we can see, and then starting the split in the back. I haven't really felt a sudden split. Everything's been kind of gradual. Dr. Evans said I had very thick bones, and I'll feel when I split, but I really didn't feel any like sudden reliefs of pressure. It was all kind of gradual, slight pain, no sudden releases that I had. So it wasn't really that like snap moment where all the pressure releases that I thought it would. Another point I mentioned last video, I might be noticing some slight breathing effects. Well, now that I've opened up more and I'm a few more turns into it, I think you guys are hearing I'm breathing a little bit better, and it's going to be fun at the end of this to go back and compare my different inhales and stuff. But I'm definitely, it feels like I'm opening up. I feel less stuffy, and that was told to me that pretty early on I would be feeling it'd be easier for me to breathe out of my nose. But I mean, you don't really rationalize that until you feel it physically, so that's been really cool. Some other things that I wanted to bring up were cleaning. So I have this here. It is a water pick. It was like $20 on Amazon, and if it would focus, the important part to me was having a USB-C charging port, because I had a water pick before, but came with like its own special 2-prong charger, and I lost it. So almost everything uses USB-C now. So if you're going through this, it's very important to keep everything clean, brushing twice a day, staying on top of flossing. I already did that before the Marpe, but now the water pick just makes that way easier. So I got a new water pick that I have that I have the charger for now. So I recommend a cheap water pick. A $20 to $30 one on Amazon seems to be fine. I don't have a specific brand I can recommend for that. Also, camera. What is this? This is a small camera that is meant to go in your ears, and this was about $40 at CVS. I'm sure you can find different prices out there, but the brand is B-Bird. Um, I don't know if they still make. I think I bought this about 2 years ago when I was like really focused on cleaning my ears out, which isn't necessarily good for you, sidetrack. But this has been very useful because in the first week of the expander, and I'm just mentioning this now, I had a piece of wax cut up there. So when you first get the expander, it's recommended you have wax on the roof of your mouth while eating, just to prevent any food from irritating the freshly installed Marpe. So I had a piece of wax stuck in between. It was actually stuck under the screw in the back. So I had to go in there with this camera because I couldn't get it out with this, which is rare. Most of the time, this gets everything out. But every now and then, you're not going to be able to get the food out with your tongue, or swishing water around, or the water pick. So I guess it's not necessary, but if you want to go like crazy, hyper focused, and personally, I couldn't drop having something stuck in my Marpe, and I didn't want to wait the 3 days, I think it was, till my next appointment to have like ask the doctor or one of the hygienists or assistants to remove that. It's First of all, it's a little embarrassing and it's a bit gross, let's be honest. So this helped me get in there. It takes video and camera, but all I use are pictures. All I used was the live video function in the app. So that metal part was straight, but I bent it to give me a little bit of like an angle when I go in. And yeah, very helpful for seeing which trapped, because you don't really have an idea when you're feeling around with your tongue. Kind of hard to get a sense of where you are directionally, or moving this directionally to remove whatever food or wax you're trying to get out. But something I recommend if you're super on top of like being 100% sterile, or trying to be 100% sterile like I am. So definitely have a water pick. That's going to be the first thing I recommend. And then optional would be the B-Bird. I haven't really tried chewing any gum yet, just because I usually have gum get stuck in my teeth when I didn't have the Marpe, so I didn't want it to be stuck in all the little crevices that this all the titanium creates in your mouth and around your teeth. I have been trying to chew and bite down and make sure I'm still activating all my facial muscles without totally letting like my face go and relax with the Marpe. So I'm trying to keep tension and keep these muscles activated without totally like relaxing my face and kind of letting it recess, if that makes any sense at all. So I think that covers everything. I'm really excited. I'm starting the split. Probably the last thing I want to cover is something I noticed with the camera here. So I was feeling a little bit of pain towards one of the back screws. So I went in there with the camera, and I noticed some. I couldn't tell if it was debris, like food or something, underneath the screw, or kind of where the Marpe and the screw press up. In between that and the roof of my mouth, there was a little bit of red and almost looked like debris. So I was messing around with this for a while, and I couldn't quite get it, and it was bleeding the tiniest bit. So not like dripping blood at all, but I just saw a little bit of red around that screw. And I felt like I irritated it enough, poking and prodding and blasting it with the water pick. So basically what I did there's a prescription mouthwash that you're prescribed, same one I was prescribed when I got my wisdom teeth out, and swishing that around and trying to lean back and make sure the liquid, the mouthwash is touching the roof of my mouth where that screw was irritated, seemed to have helped. I did that I did 2 or 3 rinses and spaced them out. I might have done 4, so 2 a day for a couple of days, and that seemed to really lessen the irritation. And I'm not feeling very much pain at all. Maybe it's a little sensitive, but at my next appointment, I'm definitely going to have the doctor take a look at that. So it looks like I've been rambling for 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions about the Marpe, leave them in the comments. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Tune in for the next update.